Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and we're gonna work in this journal again. So this is part 5 of how to make a junk journal from start to finish with a vintage book. So last time we did these flips, and we've done the actually gutting of the book, assembling it, making the signatures, pockets, flips, and so we're on part 5. And what we are going to do today is I'm going to show you 5 different ideas. Some are very simple, some are a little more involved, but to make decorative paper clips. So I have some that you're probably kind of familiar with. In fact, I think I'm just going to take them all off. And then maybe some that will be a new idea for you. So there's 2 of them. I tucked them in because I wanted you to see what they would look like on the pages. Now, many of these, just you can take this idea and then alter it and do lots of other things, right? But I wanted to give everybody a few ideas and talk about some of the variations while we make them. So again, depending on the materials you use, yours could look different. This particular journal is using papers by My Porch Prints, and this is some of the fussy cuts, not all of them, but it is called Cottage Quilts, and you can of course make your paper clips with any papers you have. If you are making a journal and you have a theme, then you may want to, make some that coordinate. This is a nice card. Okay, so there's different approaches, and I'm going to show you first, just kind of the super simple how I do this. So this is what I consider a basic hidden paper clip. You don't see the paper clip, but then you slide it over a page or a tag and it clips on easily, okay? Now, sometimes I will make these like a whole strip of them. They can be narrow, they can be wide. You can even make them large. Like we could do a hidden paper clip, with a postcard or something and make it into a paper clip. So but the technique is the same. So I'm going to take just a piece of paper that I have, and I'm going to fold it in half. And again, if I don't want this one to be this big, I can cut it down, but I'm going to make a nice big one because I think they're going to look cute on my pages. And then I always just get a piece of copy weight paper. And I want this is kind of the liner, the lining inside. And I want it to be a little bit smaller than my paper that is the decorative paper. Like this will be perfect. The clip, that's a clip I've already used. You just need to get a paper clip. And again, you can use different size paper clips. It's just going to go on this paper like this and then get sandwiched in here. It's honestly that easy. So let me show you how I do it. I just take a piece of Scotch tape and I tape the clip down, and there's tons of videos on hidden paper clips like this. So if you want to look at a different technique, go for it. But it's super simple and basic. And then I'm just going to use my regular glue and just glue this down. So I'm going to start by gluing it there. Make sure I can still fold it in half and then just add glue here. And then I think what's so fun is the decorating and the making these special. So that's one paper clip, and we'll embellish it in a minute. But let me show you real quick what I meant if you want to make a whole strip of these, because I like to mass make things and I just think it makes life really easy. So fold a piece of paper that you're going to use kind of for your liner. Put a few paper clips on there. We can make them, like I said, different sizes, different widths. But we'll kind of make these a little chunky. I'll put one more. Why not? So they'll be some skinny ones, maybe some super skinnies. We'll see. Okay, so now that I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 paper clips on here. All I'm going to do is take a long piece of tape, and if I didn't pull it long enough, which I didn't, we'll just get another little piece for this one here on the end. We don't want him left out. Flip it over and see, I hope you see, if you do them this way, you can kind of mass make them. All right, now the next thing you need is a piece of decorative paper. This will work wonderfully. And I think I'm going to trim it off some. I'm not going to make them be that, you know, this tall. So I'm just going to trim this off. And you could do a torn edge, you know, whatever you want, but just a piece of paper. And now we are going to glue this right in here. Okay. So again, I'm going to add the glue around my paper clips so that it gets sandwiched in. And it's okay that this is longer than my lining paper. It's all right. All right, so we're gonna get that side glued, and now we're gonna glue this side. So I can probably almost make the base for 5 as quick as I did the 1. And I could have, again, used fewer paper clips, and so we have larger hidden paper clips, but all you're gonna do now is I'm gonna trim off the liner. I probably should have done that before I glued it, but that's okay. All right, and then you can feel where your paper clips are, and if you want to, you could use a trimmer and just make sure you're in between the paper clips. Try to cut straight, and look. And if this is still too long under here, like I didn't trim it perfectly, there you go, just snip it off. My trimmer, I think, needs to be sharpened. So you can do it with a trimmer, or you can just go old school. Take your scissors and cut in between your paper clips. Look at that. And then it's just to decorate them however you want. So I will, let's just decorate that one. I'm just picking one. And I'm going to set these aside that I will do later. And I have some butterflies already cut out. So I think I'm going to do this one because it fits a little bit better on my hidden paper clip. There we go. And if you want it, and don't do what okay. I almost was like, I did it upside down. Okay, I did it sideways. Sideways, we can manage. If you want it to be, if your decoration has an orientation, now if I go to put this on the top of a page, my butterfly is sadly now sideways, which is all right. But I can put it on the edge of a page or a tag like this, and it is okay. So pay attention. I was moving a little too fast. If I had put it here, it really would have been a little bit of an issue. I guess I could put it at the bottom of a page. So really pay attention so that you know where your opening is on these before you go to town. So this one's going to be on the side. So I'm going to punch a little hole here, and we're going to do a little ribbon. Now this does take up, it'll make it not slide all the way in once I put the ribbon on. Okay, so if that is going to bother you for it to be on the page off, glue a ribbon on or something. But I don't mind that. And we're just going to tie a tiny piece of seam binding right here. So I can just kind of keep the seam binding theme going through this journal. Make it pretty. Okay. So now when I'm done with this video, I'm actually going to have 10 hidden paper clips because I'm going to make one of each style. All right, so that was those two. Now this is similar, but you know, you see hidden paper clips all the time and you rarely see them with a circle. And I actually did this one without a liner because I think this is going to be great, again, just to clip onto a page. I had it in the journal to help decorate a pocket. So how cute is that, right? I don't know where the pocket went. Surely I can find a pocket. Okay, it wasn't this pocket, but again, you can just clip it on a tag, on a page, just like with any of these actually. But this is so easy. I'm using a 2-inch circle punch. You can make them whatever size, I guess, but just keep in mind the size of your paper clip. If you want to go smaller, you're going to have to use smaller paper clips. I was trying to pick a paper a little bit different, but all right, we'll use this one. This is actually a pocket, but it's okay. All right, so we'll have this on one side. I did like those polka dots. That was just a piece of scrapbook paper I had. But we'll do this one with the same pattern almost. I didn't ink that last one I made. Inking is always optional, but I am going to add a little touch to this one. And I think this one I put a sticker on it. So again, use your imagination and enjoy decorating these in different ways. All right. So I kind of want the small part of the paper clip to be what shows. So I'm going to turn it over like this, and I am just going to glue it right over. Oh, I did put a piece of tape to hold it as well, just to make sure. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this one to this one. So easy, so fun. You can add ribbons, dangles, tags, stickers, more circles. It would be fun to add circles and make it like a long one with the clip at the top, like some of the circle belly bands I've done. Isn't that cute? Let's see if there's, maybe we'll put a stamp sticker just for fun right there. And again, we can get it super fancy, or we can just leave it. Another idea on this side might be to tie a little piece of ribbon. Again, you don't have to, but we could right there. So now you see it, of course, on both sides. Cute. Cut that a little long, but there we go. This one I just glued a ribbon on. All right, so that's a circle one that was similar. Now let's make this cluster one. It is, I think, really interesting. You can, of course, see the clip when you put it on, but it's the idea of taking a scrappy cluster. I put a button, you know, the whole thing, and then attaching it to the paper clip. Pam, where are your words? While I am finding some scraps that we're going to tear up for our paper clip, I'm going to use a little bit of this. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you're having fun with my videos. I appreciate those of you who comment and come along, give the videos a thumb up. Thank you, thank you. I hope you find some more ideas that are inspiring. I was thinking I might, even though these aren't cut out, I might tear one of these out to be part of my cluster. So thank you guys. I really appreciate your support of my business and my YouTube channel, my Etsy shop, all the things. If you are new, welcome. Thank you. And I hope you guys, if you've missed any of the videos in the series, you'll go back and watch. I have a playlist that I made to make it easy to find them. So I'll have that linked down below in the description for you, along with this paper kit, my Amazon storefront, all of those things in case you want to see any of the supplies I use. This distress ink, someone will ask, is the tea dye color. All right, let's just trying to find. Again, it's sometimes hard for me to tear up some of my really pretty scraps. Like, wait. And it's a scrap and it's here to be used. Okay, so I've made lots of scrappy clusters before. And I'm going to do a similar one for you guys. With just a few, I want to see some of that font, and it keeps disappearing on me. All right, there's that. And then I have one little piece of this coral ribbon left, so let's just use it. I need to get some more. All right, I am stapling the 3 layers of paper and the ribbon. All right, now I am going to hopefully, I didn't pick a button out, and I don't even know. Yeah, here's some that are kind of peachy. I don't have any more of these. That was my last one. Oh, wait, look, I do, but I don't need another one that looks exactly the same. Well, maybe I will use that one because this one, I feel like I need to put a piece of twine or thread or something through. So we'll just use this one. Now, all I'm going to do is hot glue this button right there. Super easy. Okay, now to attach it. Oh, every time I go to grab a paper clip, I get those 2 that are hooked together. All right, to attach it, we do need a piece of paper, of cardstock. And I am going to thread it through so you can still use your paper clip. All right, and I'm going to fold it in half. My font is upside down. I don't think that matters, but let me just flip it. Okay, now, and you can do it to either side. This one, the clip and the decorative part is, I don't know if you guys can even see, but it's over to the left. This one I'm going to do to the right, just so that I have 2 different ones. So all we do, once you have this, hope you can see where I put it through on the paper clip. See, and it can move right now. I'm going to take it to the top, open it up, and I'm just going to glue this cardstock to itself. It's folded over the paper clip, just like that. And that's just kind of our base. Now, the paper clip can still be used. The paper clip can still be used if you have a sense of what you're doing here. There we go. Did it end up on that side? I don't think it has to. I think I just have to push. There. Goodness, Pam, why were you struggling so much? You can do it on either side. Okay, so you can still use the paper clip. This is just the base for the scrappy cluster. All right, and I am going to use the hot glue because it's here. And I know it's not going to go anywhere, and get it however you want it. And I wanted it like that. Okay. So that is the base. Now imagine this is our journal page. I just have to remember which way the clip. I am just really struggling with this one. I know it works because I've done it like 14 times. I think it's because that little scrappy piece. There we go. It works. You just have to get the right layer of your paper clip, and mine is giving me a fit. There we go. Cuteness. This one did not give me as much of a fit. I say that, now it isn't going to want to go. There we go. Not hard. Very sweet. Okay, so that's those two. All right, this is similar to what we just did, except we're just making it decorative with the little flag. So again, pick out a piece of paper that you want to use, and we're going to make it into a little flag. I'm just digging around here for some paper. All right, looks like this is that same scrap I've been using, but that's okay. So fold it over, and this is enough really to make two. And then you can measure and get your angle perfect, you know, or you can be like me and just eyeball it and not worry if your flag is a little cattywampus. The part you do have to pay attention to is it can't be wider than the portion of your paper clip that you're hooking it to. So let me thread it through. I don't know why. I felt like it almost had some adhesive on it. Okay, so we are upside down. No, that was right. I don't know why I'm struggling. Is it there? Is that where I want to put it? I'm just going to make sure before I glue everything. That is not how I want it. It's supposed to be just in one layer. Okay. And this is why I'm doing the video. Yeah, something is just not... Oh, I know what I did. Guys, please forgive me. Okay. See this little guy here? I'm going to kind of bend my paper clip to make it easier for you guys to see. You want your flag in this section. So right here in this section of the paper clip. All right. Now I'm going to try to bend my paper clip back so it still works. And that is it. So once you've done that, let's just glue it, and I'll do another one since I'm confusing everybody. Once you glue it, you have a cute little flag. And it will still work as a paper clip, right? Whichever side you want to put. Well, I guess this one has to go that way. Okay, and I did this one this way, and you can decorate both sides if you want. All right, basic, cute, but when Pam starts overthinking, if you don't want to do a flag shape, you could. I'll show you again. You thread it onto this section right here, and this is why I said you couldn't have it be too tall. There we go. All right. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. So if you just want one that's a square, you could do a square. You have lots of options. Okay. And then all I did was I grabbed my pen and just a piece of neutral paper. This one says beautiful, and I'm going to make this one say smile. And then I'm going to glue it on. So just little messages peppered throughout. Paper clips obviously are confusing Pam. Oh, goodness. And again, if you want to add ribbon, if you want to add a button, you can do a charm, you know, whatever you'd like. All right, now this one is the easiest of them all, and I did save it for last. And it is just, you could do one little piece of seam binding. I did 2, and then a charm. And it said made with a smile. Isn't that cute? So, and I get these charms on Amazon, and I've got them in silver, a brassy color, brownie, bronzy color. So there's all different kinds. I will try to remember to link some specific ones for you guys, but you can also go to my Amazon storefront and find them. So all you need for this one is some kind of ribbon, a paper clip, and you tie it on. And like I said, I just tied 2 pieces on the first one that I did. I guess you could tie as many as you want. Let's do one more. And then I grabbed a bulb clip for the charm. And that's it. So again, not rocket science, but sometimes when you're sitting trying to come up with ideas, or you want another texture in your embellishment, sometimes it's just hard to think, you know? Now, these are gold paper clips, and I chose to do silver, but that's what we're going to do because that's what I have out. Of course, now I have to remember where I put the silver charms. Here they are. So, let's see. Maybe this one, it just looks like 2 little swans, like with a heart. Their necks are forming the heart. I think that's cute. And then just pick one of the tails to put it on. I did put it through 2, like I made sure it was folded over just to give it a little more structure. And then, of course, these are fun because when you clip it onto a page, you can have that charm dangling out. Very cute, right? Okay, so charms, little flags, clusters, circles, and a more traditional hidden paper clip that you can mass make or make one at a time. All right, I hope this gets your creative juices flowing, that you'll make lots of different ones, take the ideas to a whole nother level. Please let me know what you think, and until next time, everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching.